What is going on, guys? My name is Christian, or you might know me better as Gambit or Gambit Online. What am I doing? What have I been doing? Where did I go? What's up, 2020? What is this? What crazy roller coaster have I been on these past 2 years? There's a lot of questions, and I've got a lot of answers. If you're subscribed to this channel, you're probably wondering what's up with the half-assed burst of videos. If you know me personally, or if you're just new here, we're going to be talking about betrayal, mental health, financial literacy, and a bunch of other topics. It's about to get deep. This is going to be a 50-50 blend. We've got some video games mixed in with me talking about some heavy topics, like what happened, where'd I go, how'd I go from uploading every week to taking breaks a year at a time. Let's just jump in straight with going on why I left. I went from making a video every single week for 2 years straight, and that's not an exaggeration. I put a lot of work in to put out a lot of content in a short amount of time. But how did I go from that to making just 6 videos in the past 2 years combined? And the reason is simple. I needed money. I started doing YouTube when I was a sophomore in high school, and when I graduated, I had plans on going to film school to continue my passion for film and video editing. But on the last day of college sign-ups for our classes, I talked to the transfer counselor and found out on the last day of signing up for classes that it was physically impossible for me to end up transferring to any of the film schools that I wanted to without ending up 6 figures in debt. So I ended up going to college for a little bit for a degree that I did not want, and amidst my suffering I realized that I wanted to do YouTube full-time and actually grow on this platform. But I wanted to truly do it. I wanted to do it for fun. I wanted to do it completely out of passion, and I didn't want it to later down the road, if I was fortunate to, make it big, I didn't want to treat this as a job. I wanted to keep it as something that I did purely out of passion. So in order to do that, I needed to make some form of passive income, or something that made me money without me putting my time directly into it. And so that's what I did. I dropped out of college to start my own business, and while it is a slightly less popular path in 2020, it was definitely looked down upon in 2018, and I definitely got a shit ton of criticism for that decision. But regardless, I brought on a business partner, and we fortunately, I'm very grateful for, we built a very successful business in a short amount of time. I'm very grateful for all that I've learned from it and all the places that it's taken me. I've traveled all across the country. I've learned from multi-millionaires, and I've met them, some of them personally. And most importantly, I've helped a lot of people along the way. I'm very proud of all of my accomplishments these past 2 years, and I wouldn't trade it up for anything. The problem is that my business partner and I had different ideas for where we wanted to take the company. By mid-2019, I was happy, and I was ready to return to YouTube. I was content in where I was. I was in a good place mentally, physically, and literally. And while that is great and all, my business partner wanted to make things bigger and better. And while there's nothing wrong with that, there's nothing wrong with wanting to, make things bigger and better than they are, his way of doing so overcomplicated things in the company, which, quite frankly, became too expensive, both in terms of time and money. So I was again kept from doing what I wanted. I had to put off coming back to YouTube, and I had to focus on work. I'll save you guys the specific details for another time, maybe. But let's fast forward from mid-2019 to June of 2020. Well, things had gotten pretty rough. COVID lockdown pretty much stopped our business altogether. We were essentially shut down. We were put in a little box. And to make it worse, my business partner left. But before doing so, he filed with the state to close down our corporation. He closed our company down without any word or knowledge to me, and then disappeared. And in doing so, left me owing a lot of people a lot of money. Money that I did not have. Still don't. But this was a lot to process, and at times it was too much to process, as it would be for anyone of my age. For those of you who don't know, I had just turned 21 at this time. And I lost everything. I had lost everything that I had worked through day in and day out since graduating high school. That's almost 3 years of blood, sweat, and tears just gone. Also at that time, around the exact same time actually, I had also lost the people who were the closest to me. The people that I went to when I needed to get something off my chest, or people that I needed to talk to, they were no longer there in my life. And on top of it all, I was heavily in debt and scared to death that these people would come after their money. The thought that some company, some faceless organization can come and, take my car, which I worked very hard to get, that kept me up at night. I was broken for a while. And while I was in that dark place, I came to the realization, or the saying, you either win or you learn, became very important to me, as I realized that failure isn't real as long as you keep going. And that I realized that I had not failed, and I needed to stop treating myself as if I did, because it doesn't exist. Now, you can make wrong calls, huge mistakes, and you can get set back to where you might think that that's the end. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. No one has made more mistakes than me. But at the end of the day, if you're still standing, you're still standing. You're not done. You can't just sit down and accept defeat unless that's what you choose to do. No one can force failure onto you. That is a conscious decision that you have to make. As long as you are still breathing, and wake up every single day, you have the opportunity to get back up and keep going. The sun is going to set and it's going to rise the next day, regardless of your self-imposed quote-unquote failures. No one can impose failure on you. Now, you can be set back. Things can get thrown upon you. Trust me, I know. But you either win or you learn what you did wrong, and you can grow. And you can take what you've learned to go even further next time. And that's exactly what I did and what I'm doing. So I learned that everything works itself out in the end. And if things are bad, if things are hard for you, things are difficult, 2020 has been a horrible, miserable year for a lot of people. But it's fine, because it will work itself out in the end. And if it hasn't worked out yet, whatever it is that you might be going through, the reason it hasn't worked itself out yet is because it's not the end. So for the majority of the year, I've got a massive amount of money to pay back, and I've got a lot of work to do. So what I did for the majority of 2020 was I worked 3 jobs, all while I tried to rebuild what I had lost. 7 days a week for, I believe, 3 months straight. It might have been 4. I'm not going to lie to you. Time became a blur throughout the entire summer and fall. I can't keep track of anything. But I worked 3 months straight working 3 jobs. And on top of that, I've also been uploading and been a part of multiple videos over at the Sweet Potato Squad channel. For those of you who don't know, this is a group channel of us, everyone in the house plus more, where we do vlogs, challenges, and honestly, some pretty weird shit. You should go check it out. Drop a sub for that channel, because we post some really funny and creative stuff over there. The link will be down in the description down below. But now that we're in December, and I'm still working a job, mind you, and I'm still rebuilding what I had lost earlier this year, and now I'm still considering different options on terms of where I want to get my passive income and my recurring revenue. I'm very interested in real estate investing. That's something that has grown more and more important to me. Just the fact alone that real estate in America has made the most millionaires out of anything in the world it's an amazing opportunity, and I'm looking more and more into that, and I think that I'm gonna get something going on in terms of real estate investing, and I want to have some rental properties underneath me within the next 10 years. But regardless of which way I go, however I want to go, if I want to go a different path or if I want to continue rebuilding what I had lost, doesn't matter, because by the end of December, I will officially be halfway out of my debt. I am incredibly happy and eternally grateful to be able to even say that, because for a long time I didn't even think that was possible. The idea of that even happening didn't occur to me for the majority of the year. So just to wrap things up, I want to give you guys a bit of a game plan moving forward, as inconsistency has been a running theme in all aspects of my life, including this channel, but in business, in personal relationships, consistency has been something that I've struggled with. So I want to start uploading every other week. So every 2 weeks, I want to have a video uploaded, if not every week. I don't think I'll have a set day on when I want, I don't think I'm going to upload every Wednesday. I think that's a bind that I don't want to put myself in if I can make a video perfect by Thursday. So I don't think I'll have a set date on when I upload, but I know that I'll be uploading every other week, if not every single week. Also, when we get this last room in the SPS filled with one of our friends, we're going to be upgrading the internet, so everyone's going to have their own modem in their room, which will allow me to start live streaming again. I'm going to live stream about once or twice a week, both on Twitch and here on YouTube, just to get a feel of which one I like more, which one appeals to what I'm looking for better. Until I can figure out which one I like, go ahead, if you're new, if you haven't already, drop a subscription down below, subscribe to the channel so you never miss an upload, and go ahead and follow me on Twitch, because you can be a part of the action and see the weird shit that me and my friends say and do live with everyone else. I look forward to seeing you there, and as I get more into live streaming, I'll narrow it down on which one I want to go to. As of right now, with how Twitch is, DMCA is, and the way that YouTube operates, YouTube is seeing as more of an option for me if Twitch doesn't get their gear back together. With that being said, you can also follow me on all of my social medias right here. If you want to stay up to date or see any exclusive content that I post, go ahead and give me a follow there. Thank you guys so much. I am incredibly glad to say that I'm back. I hope you guys have been staying safe. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Continue to stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next one.